Shalom, family. Shalom. Give me a 1 in the chat if I'm coming in loud and clear. Give me a 2 in the chat if I sound like a robot. Let me know. Somebody let me know. Is the audio good? Well, all praises the water and the water. First and foremost, I want to give Call Halal, but now Yahweh, Baha Shema Mashiach Malak Yahweh Shai. This the brother Matati Abamba Yum Yun. That's the Kari DTX, the Kari DF Dub, man. Right? Y'all see the title? I'm pretty sure some of y'all have heard about it over the past week or so. Alabama school has told students that they do not want them to observe, celebrate, or teach about Black history, anything that came before 1970. Now, I find that absolutely hilarious. They want to exclude the civil rights movement. They want to exclude slavery. Why? Because they don't want their dirty laundry aired out. These Edomites, these flesh-colored people, these Mayo coalitionists, these sheep shaggers, troglodytes, they don't want to be reminded of the evil things that they done. Well, unfortunately, dear sir and or madam or dog, yes, I did mean to say dog, your dirty laundry gonna get aired out, right? Because here's the thing: Black History Month. What do they always do? Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, who else? All the inventors and all the good positive things, right? Because like we covered a couple classes ago, this started out as Negro Accomplishment Week, if I remember it correctly. That's what it started out as, and then it grew into this. My bad. Blood flesh colored. My bad, Jose. My bad, man. You know what I mean? Them people that look like thawed bacon. All right, that's who we talking about, man. We talking about them Casper colonizers, all right. But yeah, they don't want to remember the things that they done. But it's okay though. It's okay because guess what? The Most High told us to remember. We gonna remember, right? They've been doing this for so long. I can't tell you how many people recently that I've spoken to, while we at camp and whatnot. I ask them like, "Hey, man, how did we get here?" They say that we came here on ships, but we was here already. That's what they say. Well, you're not wrong in totality, right? Because Northern Kingdom was here, right? The one surprised me is some Southern Kingdom was here, which that also happened, right? But they definitely kidnapped us. That was a thing that actually happened. A lot of our people get so wrapped up as, man, the white man lied about everything. They never have us in slavery, this, that, and the third. If they didn't have us in slavery, then why in the hell can they treat your people the way that they do with no repercussions? Let that sink in for those that may see this and think that we didn't get put on cargo ships and call them clear people. Hold on. She said, Ed Smile said, I call them clear people, Lord in Christ. Oh, that's great. Oh, I got a whole list, of names to call them in alphabetical order. At least I think it's alphabetical order, but that's neither here nor here, right? Or neither here nor there, right? We're gonna read an article, we're gonna watch a video, and we're gonna get some precepts, right? Do I dare start with the video? It's pretty much gonna cover the same thing, in all honesty. You know what? For the sake of edification, we're gonna go for the article first, and then we're gonna go for Actually, no, let's start with the video. Let's start with the video. Right. Let's start. Let's start with the video. We're gonna try the same thing that we did last week. Lord willing, it worked. Let's jump right into it, family. If you gonna select this screen and you gonna share it, that's what you gonna do. StreamYard, acting weird. You see the background. Y'all see the background. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. One Piece is the greatest anime of all time. I will die on this hill. Let's get it.
So you know what happens when bans against Black history occur during Black History Month? Confusion over what exactly can be discussed, along with genuine anger.
Salak, how's the audio? Is the audio loud? Is it coming in crisp and clear? Is it low? Somebody let me know.
Outrage over historical erasure. This week, nearly 300 Alabama high school students walked out of class after what they describe as racism and censorship of a Black history program. Alabama News also reports that students of Hillcrest High School, where 55% of students are Black, were told to focus more on current Black history rather than old stuff before 1970, because, cue the dripping sarcasm, nothing noteworthy about Black people occurred before 1970, not slavery or the Civil War, integration, and civil rights, none of that old stuff. School officials have denied the claim, leaving the question, so why did the students walk out? And then in Florida, otherwise known as America's sunshiniest laboratory of fascism and autocracy, the rejection of an AP African American Studies class has reached a boiling point. We are learning that the DeSantis camp complained for months about the course, while the College Board, a nonprofit organization that oversees the AP program, continues to insist that Florida's concerns did not influence any of the course revisions. Joining me now is Christina Greer, political scientist and host of The Blackest Questions, a podcast by the Griot, which is probably illegal to listen to in the state of Florida. Has the word Black in it, can't it gonna make people upset?
To everybody that stay in Florida, like, is that true? Like, Florida on this same type of timing? Anybody from Florida in the chat? Like, I need that question answered. Is that what Florida doing now? Like, I need somebody to answer that one in the chat. I didn't know that one. I did not know that one. The Water Island Cupid. I tried to max out the volume as best I could. I am operating on an old laptop. I put it as close to the speaker as I could. All right. Let's continue.
Christina, what do you, as an educator yourself, as a legal, as a scholar of history and a Black history, do you make of this idea that an Alabama high school would tell high school students that they must not talk about Black history that occurs before 1970? I mean,
Salakia, real quick. Fair use. We are using this for educational purposes, for criticism, right? We are using this for edification purposes. Fair use in the chat. Somebody give me a fair use in the chat, Baba Kwasha.
You'd miss a lot of stuff, including the civil rights movement.
You know, Joy, we joke about Blackest Questions, but, as I say on the podcast, to understand Black history is to understand American history. And if you don't know Black history, you don't know American history. There is no way that you can detangle the contributions and the struggles and the triumphs of Black people in this nation from its inception, as Nicole Hannah-Jones has so brilliantly laid out for all of us. And so, yes, why don't we just start at 1970, okay? We can take someone like Ruby Bridges, who isn't even 70 years old. Right. We can still have beginning. We know that so much of Ron DeSantis and his ilk, because not just him, he's the face of it, but there's so many other governors who are tacitly in agreement. They just might wear, lands and sweater vests and just make it a little more palatable. But they are fully on board with erasing the struggles and the racism of every single policy decision that has ever been made in this nation. And it's not just about white supremacy, it's also a specific anti-Blackness, as Bell Hooks has always explained.
Hey, that's part of that white supremacy. They don't want their dirty laundry being aired. Oh, it's not us anymore. We didn't do it, so we don't got to pay y'all reparations. You know, we're a nicer, kinder, gentler Caucasian man, woman, and child. We just want y'all to stop bringing up all the horrible, detestable things that we did to y'all. They don't want us to remember, you know, them stringing up our pregnant women upside down on trees, cutting their bellies open, right? And taking a baby out and stomping them to the ground. They don't want us to remember them castrating our men and our young boys as young as 12, if not younger. They don't want us to remember the mutilation and experiments that they did on our men and especially our women, which is why we have the field of medical science known as gynecology today. They don't want us to remember the lynchings, the burnings. You know, they don't want us to remember picnics, aka pick a nigga. They don't want us to remember those, right? They don't. I'm gonna send you something to your Instagram. The water, Alan Cupid, the water. I'm gonna go check that here in just a second. But yeah, they don't want us to remember these things. They want us to forget, right? Because quote unquote Black history to them started in 1970. What happened before that? You have a whole civil rights movement, right? Which we pretty much covered last week. What else? They don't. So they don't want to use the fair use clause. Yeah, this is anti-blackness is what they call it. Anti-blackness is white supremacy. Anti-brownness, anti-Hispanicness, anti-nativeness is white supremacy. All right. They just want us to forget the horrible things that they did. And they still doing horrible things to us now. So what are they gonna say to us in 50 years? Oh, we weren't killing y'all every 28 hours. That's in the past. Oh, we weren't dealing out harsh judgments and locking up your men for ample amount of time while our men got off on very very light charges for the same case. That was 50 years ago. That's what they want, man. That's what they want. They want us to forget. They don't want us to remember. Because if we remember how evil they are, then they have to be reminded that we not stupid. And we see y'all. We see how wicked y'all are, man. Don't worry. We'll pull out the Bible on that here in just a little bit, right? Let's get some more going in this video.
That has been intrinsic in every single practice and policy in this nation. If you try and erase that, you are not giving anyone the accurate picture of this United States. Not just Black people, all people in this country.
And I think you were perhaps referring to the sweater vest of Glenn Youngkin, who essentially has gotten a huge blight from the media and teased as some sort of modern. No, he's not. He literally ran on saying your precious child who's white will never have to read a book by a Black person under my watch, and that makes him a moderate? No, I want to go through just some of the book banning. Duval County, Florida, which has lots of Black folks there. They've banned 176 books that have been removed from school. Thank You, Jackie Robinson, a story about friendship, banned. A book about Roberto Clemente, a baseball player, a renowned humanitarian, banned. The Life of Rosa Parks, A Storm Called Katrina, and a book called Dumpling Soup. These are just some of the books that have been banned. It is very hard to get around the fact that the only books that are deemed controversial by the right, by people like DeSantis, the Chris Rufos of the world, the Youngkins of the world, are books about Black people, books about gay people, books about the Holocaust. You see where I'm going? They've never said European is controversial or will make someone. There have been European wars. Shakespeare's got death, demons in the Othello story. None of that to them is controversial. Only things that are about Black people, Jewish people, and gay people.
Now, whoa, sis. Hold on now. Hold up your horses now, sis. Now, we're gonna take 5 steps back, a 5-yard drop back real quick, right? Here's the thing, powerful newscast sister, right? So no, they definitely teach about the Holocaust. They made that a point in middle school and for 7th and 8th grade, to the point that they actually had us talk to a survivor, quote unquote, right? We all know how we feel about the, I'm gonna just use the correct term, but y'all know what I mean. The Holocaust. Y'all know what word I want to put after hollow, right? But no, they unless they change the curriculum that much to where they don't teach about it, it is what it is. Me personally, I applaud red on red crime. I said what I said. It is what it is. So one, they shouldn't be teaching no homosexuality in school, period. Right? They really should not. That's detestable and it's horrid. But again, she does make a powerful point though. Anything that's not European Caucasian, they're not really teaching about. Or if it puts a bad light on them, right? For example, they'll teach you about Alexander the Great of Greece, right? They'll teach you about the Roman Empire. They'll teach you about colonization. They'll teach you about the Renaissance period, right? They'll teach you about everything about how, you know, the Caucasian started as a caveman, how everyone was once a caveman, but all the pictures of the cavemen are white or clear, see-through, or red. They'll teach you about that. They'll teach you about their world conquest. And they'll even teach you about world conquest. They teach about Genghis Khan. They teach about the Imperial Japan, right? But they also teach about the conquest and influence that the European Caucasian has over those lands and how he conquered those lands and how he came over to America, right? They'll teach about that. But anything that's promoting an ounce of positivity for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and even natives, they're not finna do, right? Because their point is for the indoctrination of teaching us that they are quote unquote better, but they not. They know they not, right? If they was better, the sun wouldn't hate them. Let's keep it a buck, all right? Let's continue the vid.
Hard to see that as a coincidence, but mostly
It's
black people.
absolutely, it's absolutely not a coincidence, Joy. And you know, I've said this quote on your show several times before. Is you know, my favorite president LBJ always said, you know, if you can convince the poorest white man that he's better than the Negro, then you can pick his pockets all day long. And here we are. You know, a book like Rosa Parks. What Ron DeSantis and Youngkin and Abbott are so afraid of is that, you know, as an educator, you know, we have talked a lot about education and the importance in our families. Both of us have roots in Florida. You know, a good educator sparks a light inside of a child. We plant seeds. They might develop while we have them. They might develop months or years later. If you learn about Rosa Parks in 3rd grade, there might be something years later where it's like, let me find out a little bit more about her. And you find out that she's not just some meek little lady who didn't give up her seat at the back of the class. You find out that she's a rape investigator, that she actually went hard in the paint in deep parts of the Deep South by herself as a brave Black woman to actually investigate rapes of other Black women. You find out that Hank Aaron was a humanitarian, not just a baseball player, that he actually transcended, you know, not just this racial aspect of the baseball game, but he actually fought for racial and equal justice along class lines. I mean, he was just so much more than, you know, Mr. Hank Aaron, number 45, I think he was. You know, we find out so much more about Jackie Robinson and his critique of capitalism and how he was a Republican, but sparked a much larger debate within the Black community about, is Black capitalism really something that, you know, we want? How do we detangle these issues? All these books that are being banned are seeds that are planted in children's minds. And we're seeing that, you know, Governor DeSantis wants to keep the state of Florida, the children of the state of Florida, as ignorant as possible so that they and their parents can keep voting for policies that actually work against them.
Yeah,
and the short one.
And what I would love for, you know, white parents who are tempted by these bans and thinking these are good for your kids, to just interrogate for yourself. Why is it that you only are uncomfortable with books about Black people, Jewish people, and LGBT? Just interrogate that for yourself. You know, that's what That's what critical thinking is. You know, it isn't dangerous. Critical thinking is good for you. Just interrogate and think about it for yourself. You don't think of yourself as racist or a bad person, but you're uncomfortable. But you're only uncomfortable with books about Black historical figures, the Holocaust, and LGBT. Just ask yourself that question. I'm just asking you to ask yourself that question for Black History Month, if you still think that that's legal to do. Christina Greer, thank you.
I thought there was gonna be more in that video because it's a good thing I got that article, right? Tanya Harad, the water, Yahba Shem Yah Shabarakatah. All right, see, this is why I had the article pulled up, just in case the video didn't exactly go into what we needed. It is what it is, but again, some pretty powerful points made there, right? It's called racism, right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Let's get the definition of racism. Remove this. Da, 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 da. Oh, Ali Cupid, the water. Definitely gonna get that uploaded for next time. The water, the water, the water. Let's see. What kind? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me hold on. Because I was gonna share my screen after I pulled the definition. See, hold on, man. That's ridiculous. Why we always gotta tie the alphabet community? That part. I'm gonna tell you why. Malak Yawasap. It's because they don't want our men to be men. All right. That's exactly why. There's a sick, sadistic agenda to make sure that our people don't appropriate. This is Planned Parenthood times 1,000. Try to look at this. Look. I'm literally trying to search the definition for racism. There's a definition for middle school, definition for students, an easy and one for anthropology, Cambridge. Why are there so many definitions for racism? That don't make no sense at all. Like, what if I just wanted the definition? That's exactly what it is. So, racism, prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. And who's that here in America? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? That's what that this is. Well, let me do this. Let's take this further. Take it a step further. Institutional racism, discrimination, or unequal treatment on the basis of membership. Oh, is it the same definition? Am I tripping? Okay, there it goes. Arising from systems, structures, or it's a lot, or expectations that have become established within an institution or organization. This is institutional racism that they have here in the Americas, right? It is what it is. Let's get this real quick. Let me see. Let me blow this up for y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I left my mouse at work, so I got to use a mouse pad. Good, darn well. You don't take this. Lord have mercy. It's all these ads. Like, why? Like, you don't need all ads on. Will you just load? You're doing far too much. U.S. News, you're doing way too much with this. Thank you, Lord in Christ. I'm telling you. And also, if you don't have the new calendar of the year, it's posted, it's out. The brother Alan Cupid just went ahead, put a link in the chat for the new calendar. Make sure you get that, screenshot it, put it on your refrigerator somewhere. All right. I do. Hold on. Let's do it. Boom. Expand this. Boom. There we go. A whole lot better to read. Oh my God. What hold on. Send 3 times the aid. Now your gift will be matched 3 times to support all UNICEF's efforts to bring relief to children around the world. Where's UNICEF for the relief of Black, Hispanic, and Native children here in America? Where's the propaganda about how our people are treated in America? I'm pretty sure it's out there. I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it myself. But yeah, man, where's our relief? Okay. Our relief is the Most High. All right. The Abanawa Yahweh. And his only begotten son, right? Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. When MLK was the gatekeeping, he had all of his people with him. See a difference. Sister, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is it Jaja Mai? I would hope so. I may be pronouncing it wrong. It's a lucky if I am. Right. So what do you mean by MLK was gatekeeping? Because you got to understand there were a lot of powerful brothers and sisters who were moving during that period. Hell, Israelites were definitely heavy in during that time as well. We weren't publicized for the most part, but we was out there doing the same thing that we're doing today, right? And one thing that really grinds my gears, and yes, that is a Family Guy reference. One thing that really grinds my gears, especially about this time of year, this so-called Black History Month, right? They always leave out Malcolm. Every time I walk to my job today, and I'm gonna put it on my Instagram too. They got these little, posters, things you do in like arts and crafts and whatnot, pictures and whatnot, all colorful. They got the black, the red, yellow, and green color waves and whatnot, and they got the notable people. On one of the big ones on both sides of the building that I work in, I see DMX, I see Tupac. Who the hell else I see? I see Chadwick Boseman. May all these brothers rest in peace and whatnot. The ones that ain't with us. But you know what I don't see? I don't see Malcolm. They don't never show Malcolm. Right? Because they know Malcolm was about that business. You touch me, you get touched. Right? They always leave Malcolm out. And just like MLK, he too was assassinated by the U.S. government. Yeah, we know. Dear TSA agent, NSA agent, all y'all agents that's watching, we know. We're not stupid. You killed them both. All right, you've killed almost all of our leaders. All right. But yeah, they don't never have Malcolm up there. Malcolm was that guy. All right. He was that guy. All right. But I digress. Let's read this article, right? The moral of the point. Also, let me preface with this. I absolutely 1000% hate the state of Alabama. I'm dead ass when I say this. I hate the state of Alabama. When I drive through Alabama as a state, I gas up in Mississippi, and I do not stop until I reach Georgia. That is how much I hate Alabama. I don't even want to stop at a rest stop. If I gotta use the bathroom, I'm holding it. You better not be in the car with me and say, man, can we pull over? You better hold it. Or figure out a way to stick yourself outside the car door. Because I'm not stopping in Alabama. Right? Why? Then this is a personal reason. That's where the plantation was. I mean the actual plantation that my family came from. So I don't rocks with Alabama. It's no surprise that they would do some mess like this, right? Because at the end, Malcolm was gone. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And Malcolm was a writer. He's that guy. But let's read about this. Students walk out after told to limit Black History program. Imagine that. Imagine that. And that's right. By any means necessary. And so by any means, and I actually told that to a brother, by any means necessary, right? One of the means that we need to put into our lives, incorporate and keep is keeping these laws, these statutes, and these commandments and having that faith, man. That's also need to be included. All right. But yeah, let's read this title again. Students walk out after told to limit Black History program. More than 200 students walked out of class at an Alabama high school after they say they were told by school leaders to omit certain relevant events from an upcoming student-led Black History Month program. Right? You know what? We might have to do that. We depending on how far we get with this, you know, because I only got a couple presets. You know, we might have to put some Malcolm on, Alan. We might have to do so, man. Right? Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I had to say it with a country accent. I can't say that normally. Welcome Tuscaloosa. I can't do it. My brain won't let me do it. You can't say Tuscaloosa. You gotta say Tuscaloosa. Like it's oh my god. Alabama is a forsaken place. It's a hole. Depressing hole. And yeah, just if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native, leave Alabama. Just leave. Just leave. You got Tennessee by you. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got Georgia. Mississippi ain't no better, but it's there. just leave that forsaken place called Alabama. All right. But Tuscaloosa, Alabama, more than 200 students walked out of class at an Alabama high school after they say they were told by school leaders to omit certain relevant events from an upcoming student-led Black History Month program. However, school officials have denied the allegations, even while acknowledging the need for students' concerns to be heard. Now, we was all children at one point. And some of us might have even heard this phrase. You mean to tell me that teacher lying? Yeah, mama, she lying. In this point, yes, mom, the teacher ain't no way that 200 students all say that the faculty and staff of this high school told them to omit certain parts of Black History Month, and all 200 students are lying. I'll call cap. Ain't no way. Ain't no right. Again, this is you know the Edomite throwing a rock and hiding his hand. You can say that, but who acknowledge for their voices to be. What you mean for their voice to be? Why do they got to raise their voice? Why do they have to raise their voice in regards to this concern? Come on now. I don't know what the hell this is. Well, I feel it is. All right. Students told ATV they were ordered to leave out major historical moments, including civil rights movement, from the program scheduled for February 22nd at Hillcrest High School in Tuscaloosa. That's the name of the high school. Oh snap! Hold on, they did a presentation today. They did their presentation today. Okay. Hey, man. I ain't mad. but they were vessels used to bring out the elevation rapidly. Y'all seem to forget that MLK repented and Malcolm also repented, but they were vessels used to bring about the elevation rapidly. Are you talking about like repented from like trying to be inclusive, or like what you mean? What you mean, sis? What you mean? Right? Like help me out just a little bit. What you mean by like repented? Because I don't think they was keeping the law, statutes, commandments. Were they doing mighty works, and was the Most High using them? Absolutely, I don't disagree with that at all. They were doing some powerful, mighty works. They were powerful brothers as well, right? If I'm not mistaken, both knew that they were Israelites. It was at which point that their assassinations took place, if I'm not mistaken, right? But help me out. What you mean by they repented? And as well as I don't, and as well as there's no love lost for Martin or for Malcolm, right? They're again both powerful brothers. They did mighty works in their time, right? Where was we at? Where was he at? Salakia. Boom. There we go. The students were told they couldn't talk about slavery and civil rights because one of our administrators felt uncomfortable. Why did you feel uncomfortable? Right? Administrator, why did you feel uncomfortable? Because you was a Caucasian? Was it because, like, dang, my ancestors did all this? They don't like to be reminded of the dirty deeds of their fathers. They don't. They just want to move past it. Like, look, I inherited all this gold from the blood, sweat, and tears of your ancestors that my ancestors killed. I don't want to be reminded of that. Just let me have my spoils, and I'll give you, I'll give you a fraction of a fraction percent of it. Matt, you can sit on my welcome mat. That's what you can sit on my welcome mat and just be happy with that. That's what they're saying, man. Right? Let's read that again. The students were told they couldn't talk about slavery and civil rights because one of our administrators felt uncomfortable, said Black History Month program board member Janiyah Suttles, a senior who participated in Wednesday's walkout. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Right? My father and mother from Alabama. I met my great grandmother who was 118. I was 6 years old. Then she and my great grandfather were born slaves. She was born in 1964. I'm 65 years old. Hey, all praises. All praises, man. Right? It's a beautiful thing for our people to live that long. That's a lot of family history right there. All praises. I still stand by what I said about Alabama. I can't rock with it. I can't rock with it, man. Right? That plantation just nah, fam. Just nah. But all praises though. All praises that you, because not a lot of our people get to meet those generations, right? Not a lot of our people get to hear those stories from that time period. So all praises to the Most High for that. All praises, right? Let's keep going. She said that the direction from the school administrator left her hurt. Of course, you mean to tell me I can't talk about my people? You mean to tell me I can't teach about my people, right? What in the hell was that? See, this is why you don't leave your wireless mouse at work. It's the West's fault. How dare you? Man, get out of here. False political cartoons. Esau's kids passed out cards saying, "You're what? Whoa. Hold up. Esau's kids passed out cards saying, "You're a good slave. People hanging from a tree, or you're biracial, so I'll treat you differently." And happy Black History Day in Cali. This was on the news last night. Hey, yo, hold time. Time. If you can, Tanya, put drop a link. Let me if you can, put that link in the chat. Let's review that ASAP, right? But let's see what else Miss Janai Sotos had to say. My protector. Why is she saying that? Because when our children go to these public schools, we leave them in the care of these public schools. They are supposed to protect them and care for them while they are there. And which is why this statement right here is very powerful. She said, my protector from 8 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. For you to tell me I can't talk about something that is dealing with my culture is very disturbing. It's very confusing, Subtle said, which is true. Like, what you mean? Like, you can teach us about it, but I can't talk about it? Think about that, man. Fellow Hillcrest senior Jada Holt expressed similar emotions. Why am I being censored about my culture? Salakia. Something that is rooted in me. Why can't I talk about it? History is history and it's already been made and it can't be erased, she said. And we all know Esau's been doing his best, his absolute best to erase our history, man. He's been doing his best, right? But hey, you can't hide, all right? We're gonna find you, okay? Senior Jemiah Brown, who helped put the program together, organized the walkout, which lasted an hour. Now, here's the thing. One thing that I always disagree about, and this is just a personal opinion of mine. It's neither right, it's neither wrong. This is just my personal opinion. When it comes to public protest, right? You can say the message, but doing a walkout for an hour, that's not getting the message across. Leaving the school and going home and not coming back, or assembling a protest outside of the administrative building, leaving school to go do that, that's way different. We're not going back to school. Like, what you mean? I mean business when I say that this ain't right. And you're not about to force me to sit here and be under your institution if this is how you're gonna act. It's the same thing with the whole marching in the streets and Black Lives Matter and whatnot. It's always no justice, no peace. We still ain't getting no justice, but y'all is definitely showing a lot of peace. That's that good slave syndrome. I'm a scream about what I gotta scream about, and then I'm gonna go right back. I just want to make sure that y'all heard. They didn't hear you. They say, okay, you got upset through a tantrum, and now you calm down. Now here's some juice and shut up. You send more of a message when you don't back down. Them going into back to school after about an hour, it's back down. It would have been a whole different mess. Granted, it did make news. It most certainly made the news. It would have been far greater had they not returned back to class, right? It was in Upland, California. Okay, bet. I'm gonna research that. I'll probably put it on like our TikTok or something. Tanya and there are whole races of black people with blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm going to be as beautiful as I am. Okay, hold on. Time out. So could there be some of our people that have blonde hair and blue eyes? Sure, Drake's son has blonde hair and blue eyes. There's one thing, sure, right? But just because so-called black people look the same, don't mean that they are of the same descent. Let me see something. Hold on. I'm trying to. I can't blow up the picture. Can't blow up the picture. No, you definitely a sister. You definitely. I must have missed the comment because I'm trying to figure out where the blonde hair and blue eyes part came from. To be quite honest with you, right? So I definitely missed the comment about that. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Because I'm curious as to the point that you're trying to get to, Jaja Mai. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue on. Without our history, we are nothing. Without teaching our youth where we come from, how can we move forward? Brown said, hold up. See, now this is where the Bible come in, right? Because this is a very powerful point. Without our history, we are nothing. How can you know where you're going if you don't know where you came from, as the saying goes, right? Our people don't remember who they are, right? They're forcing these kids to skip slavery, to skip the civil rights movement, right? But yet at the same time, they just they don't want to go past that. And I'm speaking to those of our people that we talk to on the streets by and large, right? Let's get some history. Let's read some powerful history. Well, it's technically history and it's also a commandment. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. Right now, in context, this is talking about the things that we saw at Mount Sinai and keeping the commandments, absolutely. But also, we can't forget what we've seen and what we've gone through. We can't forget, public lynchings and public burnings. We can't forget the raping of men, women, and children. We can't forget about that. We can't forget about our children being fed to alligators. We can't forget about how they would put black bags over us and force us to have relations with our immediate family members. They force these sick, sadistic things on us, but they want us to forget about it. They always put light versions of it in the history books, the ones that they put in them institutions that they call schools. But they've done some horrific things, absolutely horrific things, and they don't want us to remember. That's why they stopped it at slavery. And that's where our quote unquote origin story starts here in the Americas. But at the same time, we go far beyond that. Another book, going back to the news clip that we watched earlier, where they had the list of books listed out. You know what book they've always had banned? Well, I don't want to say always. But when I was in school, the main book that they never had up in there was a Bible. That was on the banned list. Why can't we bring the Bible? It's a book, isn't it? Why can't we read that? The fact that they tell you what you can and cannot read in schools should be alarming. Now, that's not to say that there are some books that some kids shouldn't read. I get that. But there are some books that young adults should be able to read and have access to. 1000%. Trying to see. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the article. Where is we at? Here we go. Tuscaloosa County Superintendent Dr. Kerry Johnson, in a statement, denied allegations that an administrator told the students to leave out historical elements. Again. There ain't no way 200 students walk out of class to make a public announcement about the dissatisfaction of something that was told to them that works for that school being a lie. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. I'm not. Like you got me messed up 6 ways from Sunday. I'm not going for it. I know exactly what picture you talking about, Jose Israel. Man, oh man. These people are sick. I was trying to see if the sister would, try to clarify her statement. She's probably watching. It's still love. There ain't no love lost, sis. We welcome you. We love to have you. Right? Let's continue. It is not true that faculty or staff told students that slavery or civil rights movement could not be part of the program, Johnson said. When several community members heard this and contacted Hillcrest's administration out of concern, administration explained to them that this was false information that was circulating. Cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Cause look, man. Cause look. Do kids lie? Absolutely. However, there ain't no way they lying about that. I don't see it happening. I really don't. The Bible wasn't in my school library, but Huckleberry Finn was, in the word nigga is in every. Yep, that's a fact. That's an absolute fact, right? They man, it's man. See, if you're gonna see, and they deem things controversial for our people, right? Like back in middle school, I had a Edomite teacher, Miss Jones. I ain't gonna lie, she was from Texas. Her husband was a black man, and every time that I walked in that class, I knew that she was married to a black man. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. I believe she was an Edomite. She definitely looked it. I didn't know, that it is what it is. But what she had us do one day, I don't think it was during Black History Month, but it was. Was she my English teacher or history teacher? It was either English or history. I forget which class she taught. But she actually made permission slips and had us take it home. And what it was, we had to get our parents' permission to watch the movie Roots at her class. It took us about a month or so to watch that movie. Right? Some of us never seen it, some of us did. But she didn't want, because we were going over slavery. This had to been history class. It had to been history. Because we were going through it, because in history class, they always water it down. She didn't want us to have that watered down version. She gave us the full version of it, right? And so it was, hey man, it was definitely something that happened, right? Personally, I think it was a fruitful thing. And nobody got up and started wanting to fight all the black kids. We didn't want to do that. Nah. Not the black kids, the so-called crackers, right? Granted, the school was, we ain't had too many crackers at my school. This was up in the Bay, up in Fairfield, California. Were they there? Yes. Were they quiet? Absolutely. But yeah, they'll have us read these things, but they don't want us to read the Bible, right? Sisters don't talk about me in the third party, Tanya. And did God ever say that we could not beauty ourselves? No, but he exhausted our beauty, sis. Okay, hold on. Is there like a side discussion going on? I'm mad confused as to the context of that. But I mean, it's all love. A question was asked, and I don't know what God said. You can wear blonde hair, but Yahweh said it's unlawful. Plus, I want to look nothing like Esau. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. Here, I'm gonna address that in the law, but we're gonna go ahead with this, right? Where we go? Boom. Hold on. There it goes. Johnson said the school system supports the students' right to peacefully demonstrate. There's nothing wrong with a peaceful demonstration. Absolutely. I still don't think that they should have just did it for an hour. Personally, I would have dipped on out. Not because I didn't want to go to school. That's only 35% of the reason why I'm dipping out. But because it's to show, like I said, it's one thing. It is one thing to, take an hour out of school. It's another thing entirely to leave that school, right? I went to so-called Catholic school, and since it was in the hood, they tried to teach us Black history. They tried. They definitely can try. She was a Miss Morello type of teacher. Hey, she kind of was. She definitely kind of was. All right. She definitely was. But again, I thought it was cool because she didn't just show it. She made sure that the parents agreed to allow us to watch this. Right. That was That was a cool moment in the history of Matatia Bamba Nyamnya. And I ain't gonna lie, in middle school, we all go through that weird phase. I did a full-fledged project of how I was gonna take over the world and my detailed plans on how I would do it. I still believe it. I still believe I'm gonna take over the world. Because you wanna know why? One of the main things that really hit me when I was first learning about this truth, Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives was gonna rule the world. I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I've been wanting for. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm with this. 1,000%. I am with this. Let's continue. A number of our Hillcrest High students have concerned about the culture within their school. We care deeply about our students, Cap, and it is important that their concerns are heard, Cap. We are putting together a plan to make sure our students feel heard so that we know the right steps to put in place to ensure all students know that they are valued, Johnson said. If that ain't no, you know what I just heard? I heard the same thing that you hear of a police shooting of an unarmed Black, Hispanic, and Native man, of someone falsely spending time in prison for decades over a crime that didn't commit or were falsely accused of. Any political BS where our people are wronged and they're trying to make up for. That's exactly what that is. It's cap. All right. It is absolute cap. The president of Tuscaloosa, see, I can't say that word normally. The president of Tuscaloosa branch of the NAACP, Lisa Young, said the alleged direction was a disgrace. I don't know how you can talk about Black history in this country without talking about slavery or the civil rights movement, Young said. And that's a fact, because here's the thing. The main points that they focus on when they teach so-called Black history in schools, and this is outside of Black History Month, but they always reserve it for Black History Month, is always the civil rights movement. They teach about American history and slavery, and then when it gets to February, that's when they bring out all the Black History Month. And of course, they leave out my main man, Malcolm. And it makes me want to, I want to give a couple left hooks and a couple jabs. Like, bro, how you gonna skip Malcolm, bro? It's messed up. But let's see here. And Esau ain't ashamed of his wrong either. Hey, look, he just don't want people talking about it, because too many people talk about it. He realized that, oh crap, they know, they see me. Yeah, we see you, your ugly ass. Right? Let's finish this article. I don't know how you can talk about History Month without talking about slavery or civil rights movement, Young said. She said she has asked to meet with Johnson, but has yet to be given a date. Young said she was angry, and part of me feels like we failed our students. We want to see what we can do to assist them, make their school a safe place. If it's in Alabama, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. All right. The safest place in Alabama is outside of state lines. All right. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. All right. And again, it's no shade or slight to any of my brothers and sisters that live in Alabama. It's not, it's the state. It's the state in general. I love my people. I love my people where they at. I just say leave Alabama. it is a sunken place. All right. But yeah, man. And I thought it would be in this article, but I remember, because I can't find the dude's TikTok. But there's a brother on TikTok who did this, and apparently they said that they'd be able to do a full demonstration of what they had at the end of February. You mean to tell me that we can go over these things the last 2 days of February? You don't get it's ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Let's stop this. Hold on. What's going on? Why is there a debate in my chat in regards to hair color? My hair color is my choice. You do know that there are indigenous people all over this earth with silky blonde hair and blue eyes, and they are Black and beautiful. Okay, so again, are there some of our people who have that hair and that eye colors? Sure. But in regards to the realm of genetics, those are recessive traits. Those are recessive genes. It's exactly what they are. Right? let's I said I would address it after this article. Let's address it. I'm not entirely too sure why the but I believe this is what the sister's talking about. There shouldn't be a side discussion on who has what genes. Leviticus 13:30. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, blonde, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scale, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. So it is indeed a form of leprosy per the law, right? Again, are there going to be some of our people with blonde hair and blue eyes? Yes, it's going to happen. Perfect case in point is Drake's son. He's got blonde hair and he's got blue eyes. It's going to be a lot of our people that's like that. But again, there should be no reason as to why. Sis, if you want to wear blonde hair, then that's you. I think what the sisters are going after is how can I put it? Essentially trying to admire or be like the oppressor. When our women wear these blonde hair, right? If they want to do it, they can do it, sure. But here's the thing. When you put that blonde hair in your head, whether you dye it, bleach it, put a blonde wig on, whatever the case is, it's essentially stating, now you may not even be trying to make the point, but understand that you're essentially stating, I see this feature and these looks on the same people who oppress me, and I want to be like them. You may not be doing that, but that's the message that it's giving off, right? Because I guarantee you one thing: that blonde hair that our sisters like to wear when they go to that job interview, I guarantee you they might get that job. You know, that look like that Becky hair, right? They might get that job versus them wearing that natural hair, that beautiful kinky hair if they got it, or that loose curl, that S curl, wearing their natural hair, right? 9 times out of 10, it's gonna go to the one with the blonde hair. I believe that's what the sisters were trying to drive at, right? Now, I did see where that brother looked like the Lucky Charm marshmallows, bruh. Bruh, you talking about Canelo? Hold on, fam. Hold on. I'm over here trying to make a valid point, and y'all over here like making me laugh right now. Hold on. Hold on. Oh man. But yeah, but let's not be presumptuous over someone's ethnicity for one, right? Because again, there's gonna be those of our people who look like a straight up Edomite, but are actual Israelites pursuant to their father's lineage. And as well as just because they somewhat look like us, just because there's some African tribe somewhere, over in Africa, whatever part that they in, and they got blonde hair and blue eyes, and just because they black, it don't mean that they us. Hell, the Africans that's over there, they don't even claim us. They call us a kata, meaning slave. They don't rock with us like that. If they rocked with us, then they would actually rock with us and actually help us out, but they don't. Right? And again, to the sister's point, if if you were black, Hispanic, and native of your father's descent, and you were Israelite pursuant to your father's descent, you are absolutely right. You are beautiful and you are loved over here on this side. And if you're in the world, you need to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Right? But just so we understand, that yellow hair, if it's there, it's there. Some people even have it as a birthmark. My mother has a streak of blonde in her hair, and that's actually her birthmark. It didn't spread nowhere. It's just there, right? It is what it is. But would I recommend putting that blonde in your hair? No, I don't. I don't recommend it. Our sisters look way more beautiful without the blonde in the hair. If they want to wear it, then that's what they want to wear. All right. It's up to them. The only thing that we can do is supply them with the information. What they do with it from that point is completely their business. Right. And Tanya Harad, she made a very powerful point, Sister Jaja. Very powerful point. Our women out here are given standards of what America calls beauty. And our sisters, a lot of them, by and large, like to follow after those standards. Right? They want to be like the Meg the Stallions. They want to be like some supermodel, whoever it is that they want to idolize. And a lot of times, because they see the success of the oppressor, they try to emulate the oppressor. And a part of that emulation is forsaking who you are, where you come from, and your features. One of the most prime examples is Michael Jackson. Now, why do I say that? Handsome black brother. Do I believe that he actually had a severe case of vitiligo? Absolutely not. Personally, I have a whole conspiracy theory on what actually happened, and it's nowhere close to being factual. I'm just keeping a buck with you. But there are those of our people who bleach their skin, bleach their hair, put in contacts, do everything that they can to look like the same people who don't get in the same trouble as they do. That's what the sister's speaking to. Again, what you do with your hair is what you do. And there's nothing wrong with being you. All right. Nothing wrong with that at all. But just but understanding where the mindset of it comes for majority of our sisters. Right? And not just our sisters, our men and our women, especially our children. All right. But let's move forward. Let's go back to the case at hand. All right. Because essentially what the schools of Alabama want us to do is forget. Nah, you good. It was a beautiful teaching moment, sis. It was a beautiful teaching moment. And you know what? It goes with the theme of this month. We got to learn how to be who we are. We got to learn how to embrace our features, right? From our coarse hair to what they call that good hair, right? I've been told all my life, oh my God, you got that good hair. I don't know what that means. It's just my hair. And then I came down here to Texas and all these females kept trying to touch my hair. I had to cut it off. I was like, get your hands out my hair. I just did it this morning. Leave me alone. Right. But we come in different shades. We have different styles of hair, right? Different nose, all that. We come in a nice variety pack as one nation of people. The issue that we have is doing what the School of Alabama wants us to do, Hillcrest High School, which is forget who we are and where we came from. When we spend a lot of our time trying to be like somebody else, we forget who we are. It's how we ended up in this mess in the first place. We wanted to be like all these other nations. And in the process, we forgot who we were as a people. Right? But in this process, we got to remember who the hell we are. We are the Israelites. We are the children of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the 12 patriarchs. We are the people that the Most High God chose to be special to him. Right? And when we get lost, we forget where to go. Like, okay, I forgot who I am. Where do I go from here? Like that sister said, if we don't have our history, then who are we? You got to remember who you are. Not the great. Yeah, you go ahead. You can go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll address it here after this precept. You good? You good? But what's it called? Lord in Christ. I just had a whole blank moment. Salakia. But yeah, no, we got to remember who in the world we are, right? Y'all remember that famous, the one of the less talked about scenes from Lion King when Simba saw Mufasa in the clouds. What was he saying? He said, "Remember who you are." Repeatedly, he said, "Remember who you are." Right? We got to remember who we are. We are the children of the living God, man. We are the chosen people. I was having a conversation with a sister earlier today. She just joined the department that I'm in. You know, I was giving her a little bit of breakdown. She's like, but she said it seems unfair that, you know, our ancestors, they the ones that went off. So why are we having to pay for it? You know, I gave her, you know, because when you're at work, you can't go into detail about certain things. You know, you got to respect the workplace. That said, you know, I gave her a quick breakdown that we are our ancestors coming back. And as well as I gave her the quick analogy, like, because she got kids. I said, if your child goes out, gets in trouble with a whole bunch of other kids, are you about to beat them other kids or are you about to just discipline your child? She said, discipline my child. And I said, why? She said, because that's my child. And I said, exactly. That's the point. That's the whole point. That is the absolute whole point. We're his children. We disobeyed. He pulled the belt out. And now we mad that he pulled the belt out. We should have did it in the first place. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got a belt. We had a choice. We to either pick life or choose death. And what do we want to do? We wanted to F around and find out and choose death. Right? Let me see. I was asking the same question when I was seeing your identity change on the applications. Okay, con. But yeah, man, let's get this real quick. Boom. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. Because they want us to forget what happened in the past, but what the Most High say? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee thy elders. He will shew thee thy elders, and they will tell thee. They done messed up the family unit so much. A lot of us can't go to our fathers. We'd be hard pressed to even ask our grandparents about what it was like in their day. I was robbed of that. I had a picture with my grandfather, my father's father, and I was shook because I've never seen my grandfather stand up, be able to move freely, nor be able to speak. He suffered a stroke when I was young. And then when my cognitive years came around, I've only ever seen him in a wheelchair. I would have to, you know, listen very carefully for when he was asking for something and whatnot. But I never got the opportunity to ask him what things were like in his day. I never got that chance. We were robbed of these things. But luckily we have a record of what our fathers did and our elders did. In this Bible, man. We have to remember the days of old. We got to remember what happened to us in during the time of slavery. We got to remember, you know, the things that we went through to get to the position that we at. The Most High, he most certainly made it this way. Because if he didn't, there'd be no way that this class or any other class or us being out on the streets teaching would even be possible. Right? Let's see. My son's school is having a Black History program at a Black History museum. Okay. They gave him a Black woman report on Katherine Johnson. Top something at NASA. Okay, but they're telling my son that he has to drip. Boy, I almost punched. I almost put a hole through my screen. I almost uppercutted my microphone. Bruh. They told him that he had to dress up like a female character in order to get test scored. And he has to do it because it counts as 11 tests. No, no. I'm not the brightest man in the world. I'm light skinned, but I'm not the brightest. Okay. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I smell a lawsuit. What you do with that is for you. But hey, yo. uh Where's this school at, man? Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. I need you to put the name of this school in the chat. I need the name of this school, bro. I need the name of this school. I need it. I need the name of this school because hey, look, I'm pretty good. I work for a call center. I'm pretty good at going up the chain of command. I don't got no children going to that school. I could smoothly cuss somebody out, right? I could smoothly do that, right? I ain't gonna lie. I just saw a beautiful moment. I see the sister Jaja say, "Peace to my sisters, Tanya and Ann. I appreciate you and love you." That's what get the most I had, right? There's a little discrepancy, and look, it's all love. It's all love on this side. All praises. All praises. But yeah, I need the name of this school, man. What you mean what you mean it gets deeper? Bruh, what you mean? What you mean? Well, no, I can't drop the link. Sadly enough, I can't drop the list side. You know, as a officer over 5,000, I have certain rules that I gotta follow. If anything, hold on, let me do this. Let me do this. I got you. Hold on. Shoot an email to our I just put the email in the chat. Send some information to that email, and then maybe we can try to do like an interview next class or something like that if we get it permitted, right? Because that's definitely something to go over right there. That is definitely something that we definitely got to go to. So yeah, Nate, hit that email, you know, put the information in there, and we could try and set something up for Wednesday. You know, if I get the clearance to go ahead and bring you on, and then you know you can give what you know what's really going on that side. Most definitely, we could try to make that happen. Right? Go to that school and let Becky know my son is not your A. Facts. Facts. Where is the orange? Hey man, look, the tangerine is running for office again. I low-key wanted to happen. Personally, I don't care, to be quite honest with you, but you know, a stimmy and a lower gas prices couldn't hurt nobody. Yo, Hesse Elementary in Savannah, Georgia. No wonder it's Georgia. It's Georgia. Oh my God. I've been to Savannah a couple times. It is a forsaken place. Oh, let me screenshot. I will be Googling this school tomorrow during my lunch break. I'm gonna have a few choice words. I'm like, you know what? This is exactly what I'm saying. You got my nephew dressing as a woman. It's up. Is we gonna load? All right, we loaded back. But yeah, man. You know, during my lunch break, I'm calling this school tomorrow, and they getting cussed out. You got my nephew dressing up as a female, and in order for him to get a passing grade. You serious right now? I'm gonna be. Hey, look, man. Hey, look. Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. I'm not. If it were me, I'm not being nice. Personally, I would have found some home addresses. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying the levels that I will go to because I know my own anger. Granted, I would definitely be stopped by my rib. She'd be like, "No, sit your butt down. Wait till tomorrow." Like, but if I wait till tomorrow, there's gonna be witnesses. No. Hey, look, that's a fact. That's why a lot of our people are pulling children out of school, right? But let's read. Hold on. That's what happened. I'm over here trying to figure out why I was doing a refresh. It went back a chapter. All right, here we go. Psalm 73 and verse 1. Truly, God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. That's a fact, all facts. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. That's a lot of the issues that our people have, right? And this is going back to the whole, wanting to look like these people as well. It's part of that envy. We see the prosperity of the wicked, like, man, how they get these houses, how they be getting these jobs, how they be living these fanciful lifestyles, while me and my people is over here, trying to survive, right? And then they even see some of our people who've gained some success, but they don't know whether or not they did, things wickedly to get to those points of success, right? We got to understand that we can't be envious at the foolish when we see that these wicked people are prospering. We don't want those riches how they got it. We store our riches in the kingdom of heaven, right? For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. These people aren't plagued like us. They prosper. They 1000% prosper off of the rape, rob, and murder of our people. Right? They don't suffer the same plagues that we do. Right? They enjoy the spoils of their wars that they've won. You read 5 again. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Their pride compasseth them about as a chain. You got to be prideful as hell to sit here and try and tell a group of students to say, I feel uncomfortable with you talking about how my ancestors degraded your people, enslaved your people, raped your people, killed your people, did all types of evil things to your people. That is a prideful statement, right? And Texas ain't no better. They're trying to change the narrative of slavery to say it was voluntary servitude. Who the hell volunteers to be sold, beaten, killed, castrated, amputated, raped, set on fire? Who volunteers for this? Nobody. Nobody does, right? Violence covered them as a garment. They wear their violence. They 1000% wear their violence, man. You know the expression I wear my heart on my sleeve. They wear their violence on their sleeve, right? Their sleeve is violence, right? Powerful precepts, powerful precepts. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. What's the song that? Was it Pee Wee Herman? I forget. It's the actor that played Pee Wee Herman. But they got the whole world in their hands right now. But they want more, right? They are corrupt. Ho, 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 ho. Hold on. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. That's what these people do, man. They speak loftily about the oppression that our people go through. You can't talk about slavery. You can't talk about the civil rights movement. I feel uncomfortable with this. Like, sure, it happened, but We don't got to talk about it no more. It's okay. We just gonna breeze right past it. That's what type of timing they on, man. That's what type of timing that they on. See, look, see, we posting precepts, and I ain't even mad. Hold on, you know what I'm saying? In fact, hey, look, it's a powerful precept, Mike. Powerful precept, right? They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. What they say goes. What they say goes. If martial law were declared now, it would happen. It would 1000% happen. To be honest, I can see it happening at night anyway, or at least the first start of it. It should probably be the most violent time that it would happen. Do I got proof it would happen? Absolutely not. Tactically speaking, I could see it happening. When it's the late nights over on the East Coast, late but early nights of the West Coast, but most people are sleeping. I can definitely see military and militarized police, National Guard, and other military operatives going through and establishing that martial law in a very violent fashion, right? Therefore, his people return hither, and waters full of cup are wrung out to them. They say, how doth God know? Is there knowledge in the Most High? How does God, where's your God at, basically? That's basically what they're saying. Behold, these are the ungodly. That's right. All you Edomites, all you European colonizers, you Casper colonizers, Cauliflower Coalition, thawed out bacon. Hold on, wait, I gotta get my list. I got to get my list. Hold on. The list that I have it. It's called Terms for Worms. You sheepshaggers, you of the Mayo Brigade, the unseasoned ones, the palm-colored people. It's just a few. I'm not gonna go into all of it, but yeah, all of them, right? Those are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches, which they do. They most certainly do, right? But these people got a judgment coming for them, man. So, where's 11? See, look at that. I love it. Man, I'm over here about to like cry and stuff. I'm seeing a whole lot of sister love going on. It was shaky earlier, and now it's love. All praise to the Most High. Let's get a couple more presets before we cut out of here. That part, Hosea. All praises to the Most High. Watch this. I'm not gonna lie. This precept right here that we're about to read, I learned about. This is when I was first coming into the truth. I actually learned about it from watching an old video on the Don. Is it Don Donovan? Whatever you Donovan show. I think it was the weird nasally sounding Edomite, and he had the powerful Khalid Muhammad on there, right? He had the powerful Khalid Muhammad on there, and the dude made the reference to, you say you're gonna lift the skirts of the Pope and see what's under there. Khalid just laughed. He's like, Mr. Donahue, it's a metaphor. The Bible says, lift up the skirts upon thy face and show the shame of what you're hiding. What he was quoting was this: Nahum chapter 3 and verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And that's exactly what these Edomites are trying to do. When you hear reports about them trying to censor what is taught about black people in schools, the news that's being reported, how we're not able to talk about the things that we've gone through or are going through, how we're met with extreme harsh opposition if our protests look just a little bit out of whack, even the slightest bit. Like when the whole was it George Floyd? No, it was either George Floyd or the Botham Jean case. I forget which one it was, but I remember going down to the courthouse. Um, it was me and the officer Abajala. We went down there, and there, blacks, Hispanics, and natives there. They decided to do a little march. They had a route already picked out. Police were there. They allowed them to mobilize and move. They had the route picked out. The issue was when they got to the bridge, police stopped them, were in front of them on one side, and the police backed them on the other side. They closed them in, and that's where they started hitting them with tear gas and rubber bullets. But you allowed them to start the protest. You allowed them to do the march. You had them out in front of a courthouse for over 2 hours giving testimonies, talking about, the corruptness of the police force or whatnot. You allow them to mobilize and go to their march peacefully and go the route that they were doing peacefully. And then you corner them on a bridge and you begin to hit them with tear gas and rubber bullets and attempted to arrest these people for what? Which I will read this again. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. What does a skirt do? It covers, right? It covers the private parts, the things to hide, to keep secret. And I will shew the nations thy nakedness. I'm going to show them what you're hiding, and the kingdoms thy shame. And you're going to be ashamed about what they see. And these crackers don't want to feel ashamed. They want to feel proud about the death, detriment, and destruction of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what they want. That's right. That's right. Powerful precept. Powerful precept, Hosea. To my kindred dealing with your son's school, I feel your pain. They treat my daughter bad because she wears fringes. Hey, man, if you're able to do it, facts. Proof Adam and Eve were not butt naked. That's a fact. That's a fact. And hey, look, perfect way to go into it and get the deep breakdown. Make sure you look up Chief's breakdown of Genesis chapters 1 through 3. I think is what he did. I'm pretty sure he broke down all of Genesis, but he has an actual breakdown that he did for those chapters, right? But yeah, they don't want to see the shame of themselves shown. They want to hide it. They want to be concealed. But it's okay, Esau. Enjoy your time, Esau. Enjoy your time, man. Right? Because look, the time is nigh that these things will be brought up to you. Was that another precept? I think that's it. Let's get one last precept. People, for these male colonizers. That's the fact. You messing with the wrong kids, bro. You messing with the wrong kids, man. You better leave the children of the Most High alone. You better leave his kids alone. But they can't do it. That's why they got a sword destruction coming to them, man. When was cloth introduced? As far as like the exact time period, I'm not entirely too sure, to be quite honest with you, sis. I would imagine definitely during the time of Adam and Eve. I highly doubt the Most High was having our people walking around booty butt naked. I don't think that was a thing, right? I'm pretty sure we were modest enough to clothe ourselves, right? Matter of fact, like it says in Ecclesiastes 3, there's no new thing under the sun. We wear clothes now. I'm pretty sure we were wearing clothes back then, right? But this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Why? Because they a bunch of you know what word I was talking about. You know what I was going through. That dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. See that? They're gonna make themselves naked. Their shame is gonna show forth. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. You see that? These people, their wrongdoings are going to come up, and they're going to be exposed for all the evil that they've done to us and everybody else in this earth, man. Right? But understand this, man. These people have never been for us, and they really shown they true colors. As I'll put it to you this way: when you put any form of creature in a tight predicament, when you get them in a corner, right? They're gonna get they're already scared. They feel the pressure or the walls closing in on them. Before they get touched or reached, what do? They panic. They become very erratic, very irrational, and they attack any and everything that is around them because they cannot handle the pressure. That's normally with any creature. The Edomite man, woman, and child is no different. Their kingdom is crumbling. Their way of life is crumbling. The things that they thought would last forever is coming undone before their face. The people who they oppress and still oppress to this day are not having it. And as the days goes by, more and more of them are not having it anymore. They're going to lose control, and they're going to panic, and they're going to do something stupid, all through the power and spirit of the Most High. And that stupid action is what's going to progress us through this, progress us closer to the kingdom. All right. God sewn together skins to hide their nakedness. Explain. Hold on. One, the Most High is not sewing anything, right? He's not sewing anything to them. But real quick, for right now, Sister Jaja, like I said, we're not going over Genesis as of right now. To be quite honest, I actually got to get off of here because there's another brother who's going live, or at least he's either going live or he's posting a video. It's going to be over in Philly, right? But that said, Chief Priest Alazar, aka the Gorilla Hebrew. If you type in Sicarii Genesis breakdown, I want to say there's 3 parts to it where he goes over Genesis 1, 2, and 3. Right? If I'm not, you know what? Let's do this. Visual aids. Visual aids. Let's do this. All this. I'm really mad that I left my mouse at my job. That got me sick. It got me sick. it got it. Like, I'm gonna have to go to work tomorrow, and I don't gotta go to work tomorrow. I get to work from home. I gotta go up there to get my mouse. Oh well, it is what it is. Cocaine Bear, Elizabeth Banks says her monster. Look, Hollywood Bear on cocaine. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hilarious. I'm probably gonna watch it. Are we good? All right. Look at the power. Yep. See, they're live right now. So we're gonna end this here in a little bit. I just want to show the sister where the Genesis breakdown is. This Benjamin sister from Trinidad, live right now praying at Ariella Sicarii. Make sure y'all go there. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share that video. All right. But just so the sister can see. Boom. These two videos right here, sis. Into breakdown 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. Just type in Sicarii Genesis breakdown. First video starts with the one that says responding to vocab about Abba Bivens, and then going to the creation story, and then the third. So for that information, I highly recommend you go over there, sis. So that way, you know what I'm saying, you can get that edification. Like I said, for this class, like I said, ran out of time. There's no way for me to go into it right now. But definitely go ahead and watch those. All right. But again, y'all go over to Ariella Sicarii. Get on that live stream right there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Not just this class, but also, Ariella Sicarii class. You feel me? Powerful officer over in Philly. But with that, I want to give call halal, Abanal Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Malak Yahweh Shai, Shalom.